Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in to a Week 1 matchup of the ACST. We have a C Division matchup and a D Division matchup. We have Paul Atkinson at Andy Klempa and Chris Salmons at Alex Patton, live from Academy Lanes here. We have Paul Atkinson up first on the right lane. Off left onto the 2-pin. Chris Salmons gets it right on the pocket. Gets a friendly break. Will the 10 go? It does not. So these are the visiting bowlers going first here. They're not opting for head-to-head. So Chris Salmons, new to the ACST this year out of the D Division. And Paul Atkinson, a seasoned vet, on lane 38, going for the spare. Off to the right, misses everything. Tough piece of wood there sitting. Chris looking to just take out the 10-pin, plenty of wood around it. And all over it for his first mark of the match. And Paul just plucks one for a 8 box there. And Chris, another great break there. Chris is shooting at the 7 with plenty of wood. Paul looking at the 9, tough piece of wood blocking, and he misses left. Chris looking for his second spare. All over it. Back-to-back spares for Chris Salmons. And a 9 there for Paul. Working on the scoreboard here. Looks like we're getting some technical errors on the boxes here. Not lining up. So bear with me one moment while I can adjust these. I can see why they are not lining up, and we'll catch up on the scoring as soon as I can. It is counting the score, it's just not adding up. Paul just the head pin left. Chris a tough leave, trying to get his third spare in a row, and he misses it left. Just trying to shoot that wood over. Paul for a 10. Yes, I apologize, that was a 10 for Paul in the second and a 9 in the third. 27 through 3. Chris looking to get a 10 and gets a 9 out of it for a 45 through 3. All right, so get some corrections there for the scoring. I will edit this and get it all cleaned up nice for you. Bear with me one moment. Paul tries to shoot the spare. It's a tough leave to go for a 10. Chris, diamond in the middle plus the 7-pin off to the right, misses. And a 9 there for Paul, 36 through 4. For some reason, all the font is disappearing. Get my phone, reach out to my IT guy and see what's going on. So I'll continue to give these verbal for now until I can get this corrected with the scoreboard. We are on string 1, and it is not seeming to work. And Paul looking for a big out there, just skates by the head pin for a tough 5-box, 41.5 for Paul Atkinson. Chris looking to get at least one of these. He does for a 9-box and a great 62.5 to start the day here at Academy Lanes. Our home bowlers coming up, Andy Klempa, second year in ACST on the right, and Alex Patton, his first year on the left. Andy off to the right, had the 4 horsemen, the 10-pin dropped late. Alex getting a good mix there as the diamond in the middle plus the 7, friendly piece of wood in the back to help. Andy looking to run the 3, he gets it for his first spare of the game. He needs it with how Chris started. Alex just off the headpin leaves the 1-2. off to the left, but another friendly break for him. And Alex off the head pin. Grabbed the head pin there, but leaves the cluster of 5 left plus the 10 pin. Andy should be a helpful piece of wood if he can pluck it. Who needs the wood? He gets his spare. Alex got his spare as well. I apologize here for the dead air. I'm just trying to get the scoreboard fixed. Alex with a 4 fill on the left, Andy with a 5 fill on the right. Both makeable shots here. Andy drops his off left, doesn't grab anything. And Alex misses the head pin. This leaves the 1-4-7. Andy for a big out, and gets a 9 out of that. Gonna restart the scoreboard here for you folks. Great ball in by Andy, but just missed the head pin. Alex all over the head pin. Can't get the 10 to fall. Andy looking to take it. He does. Nice friendly piece of wood there. Helps take the 6-10. Alex clips the wood, but can't get the ball to bounce over. All right, we're going to get this caught up for you here. Bear with me 1 second as the bowlers look to get their first ball in the 5th box of game 1. I'd like to get this corrected before we get to some crunch time here. Andy looking to fill a spare. We'll take his spare ball, and then we will take a quick break so I can get caught up here. Andy right on the head pin, a little bit light. Leaves a tough diamond, +2 on the right. Alex, ball does not break like he wanted it to. Stays on the 3. He's the 4 horsemen left. The 8, 6, 10. Andy just by everything. And Alex off to the right. And Andy just plucks 2 for a tough 6 box, but sitting at a 60 half to Paul's 41. And Alex with a 7 there with a 48 half to Chris's 62. All right, we are back here. We are caught up. Paul Atkinson with a 4 fill on his spare that started the second half. A lot of work to do to catch up to Andy. Chris looking to get back on track. He just spins the ball away. And Paul just off the head pin again. Leaves the 1-7 remaining. Chris, great bit of the shot there. Just leaves the 7. And Paul just by that head pin again for an 8 box. And Chris there with a 9. Chris back on the head pin there, and a great ball for a strike there in the 8th. Paul back on the head pin himself. Looking to see what can go, but leaves the 2-7-8. Friendly piece of wood to help. Can he get it to go over? He cannot. And Paul looking for an out. Gets an 8 box out of that. The second ball dropped into the channel. Chris trying to give himself a big lead here. 13 at the half. Wants to make sure that Alex is going to need something crazy here. See if he can get back on the head pin. He does. A little bit light. Leaves the mirror image of Paul's last leave. Paul back on the head pin himself, and the 7-9-10 remain. What a leave there from a great head pin hit. Chris looking to send something over, see if he can take it all with a friendly piece of wood behind 3, and he just skates by. Gets 7 on the strike there. Paul looking to get the wood moving, and does its job, just won't take the 10. Both bowlers looking for a good 10 out here if he can. Chris just by it, 7 box, and Paul drops in the channel for a 9. So Andy with a 19-pin lead in completed boxes, 60-41 at the half. Paul stringing together a decent half here, better than his first. Chris looking for a big game here, back on the head pin. Another tough split there for him. Paul drops it left off the 2-pin, but a much friendlier lead than Chris got on a pocket hit. Chris looking to split the 2 on the right with a piece of wood, may carry over. And just off. Paul looking to clean up, and he just skates by the head pin. Chris looking to grab at least 2 of these, plucks 1 for a great 110 game to start. Paul gets his 9 for a rough 89. Andy just needs 30 pins in his back half after a tremendous 60 half to take his match. Alex has his work cut out for him, as he will need a 62 half to take his point. Great ball there from Alex. Just leaves 2 on the left-hand side. Andy back in the pocket, but a tough split there. Some wood. Can get it moving. Alex looking to go right at it here. And he just missed it. Andy trying to get it to shoot over. Can't get it to bounce. And Alex going for his 10. And just by it again. Andy by his for a 9 box. So thanks for joining us here. Sorry about the slow start with the scoring. Had some just technical issues. Got it fixed. Is going well now. Alex's first ball here. Back in the pocket. A little full with a spread eagle leave. Andy, he tails off the head pin. Stays in the pocket, but a friendly piece of wood to take care of his split. Alex looking to shoot that over. Does take out 3. Andy looking to push the wood back, and he gets it. Great shot there by Andy Klempa. Alex looking to see if he can do the same thing on the left for his 10. Takes 2 of them on a fantastic 9 box out of the eagle. Thank you, Bill. For those of you joining us here, appreciate it on a football Sunday, first football Sunday of the fall. Alex drops the ball left, takes out the triangle left. Andy off the head pin, but a friendly break. He leaves the 1-8-10 and a funky piece of wood, half on the plate, half off. Alex off right. Andy just clips the wood, not enough to do anything. Just the 8-10 remain, but a good 7 fill on that spare. Alex off right for a very tough 5 box. Andy gets nothing from the spinning wood for an 8. Alex just off the head pin is the half Worcester left. Andy already took this point, trying to get as much as he can for total. Off to the right, but leaves the 1-2-10. Alex looking to send something over, gets back on the head pin, and just leaves the 5-7-10. Andy, a little off the head pin, but it gets it to go. Alex looking to see if he can get at least one out of this. He does for an 8-box. Alex looking to get a mark here and close the deficit a little bit on the right side. Back in the pocket, but spread eagle plus the 9. Andy headpin hit, 3-1 split. 6 fill for a 110 through 9. Game in hand, just again trying to pour it on and pad his lead for total. And Alex with a fall there. These are slicker lanes here in the right side. We saw it happen to a lot of bowlers during the 9-pin last year. Would technically be a foul because he went over, but he did not. He went right down the middle. See if you can get a bunch here. Now you have that in your head, and he plucks 1 for a tough 4-box to end it. Andy with the 7 there. Andy Klumpet takes game 1, 117-89 over Paul Atkinson. Chris Salmons comes in and takes over the lead, 110-83 over Alex Patton. 27-pin victory for Chris, 28-pin victory for Andy. This is game 1 of 5. We have 2 points per game. And 4 points for total. Big 4 points there. On to game 2. Let's see if this will... Some bowler stats for you there. I'm not counting the head pins, just because I started late, missed some. But as you can see there, spares and 10s. Spares the favor to Andy there. 5 spares in that game. Chris with 1 strike and 2 spares, but capitalized on his fills. Great start for these bowlers. Looking to get things going here. See if we can tighten things up in game 2. If you're watching and this hasn't been streamed, shared to Can Open Chat, go ahead and give this a share. Share it to your personal page, wherever you got to share. Paul back up on right lane, 38. Misses way right, but a good mixing ball. Just leaves the 1-3-7. Chris looking to duplicate what he did game 1. Off to the right, just plucks 2. Paul looking to capitalize, and he does. His first spare of the game. Chris way right on that and just takes out the 10-pin. Looking to get a big out here. And Chris off the left, but good break for an 8-box. That's the start Paul needed here to come back from a 28-pin deficit after 1. Going to try and close the gap as best he can, because total is a huge amount of points. Plenty of points left on the board. Paul's fill ball. Back on the head pin. Big break. Can it go for 10? Great 9 fill there, and plenty of wood to help him. Chris off to the right. Hits the 3, and not a tremendously friendly break. Paul looking for back-to-back, and he gets it all over it. Chris misses left. Needs to get a big out here. And off to the right for a tough 4-box. If you're Alex Patton, this is what you want to see. A slow start for Chris, because he got on the board early and off in game 1. And made it very difficult for Alex to come back. Paul off to the left, just a 2 fill there on his second spare. Chris off to the right. Paul wants to get back on the headpin here, see if he can send this for a ride. Off to the right. Chris, back on the headpin, little too full. And Paul off a left, but a good 8 box there. And Chris, same there. He takes out the triangle and gets himself an 8 out of it. For those of you joining us from the Patriots game that's almost already over at 16-0 in the second, welcome. Paul Atkinson trying to get back on the headpin, off onto the 3. Gets the 10 to fall, so 4 horsemen plus the 8 pin. Chris gets a friendly break off the 2. 1, 3, 6, 8, 9 for him. Paul, I can't believe that pin didn't go. That's the one that remains, just the 2. Chris trying to get in there and doesn't get the back row. $10 there for Paul Atkinson. And an 8 there for Chris. Both bowls looking to sit big here at the half. Paul way off left. Seems to get a break. Just takes out the triangle on the left side. Chris trying to get back on the headpin. And almost gets a strike there. Just leaves the 3 pin. Clear path as long as he stays off the right side. Paul's great second ball. He just leaves it 2. Chris drops it off right. Almost afraid of the water. Wanted to cap it. Paul looking for a 10 and drops it left for a 9 box. Chris misses his. Both bowlers 48 and 37 through 5. Paul Atkinson with a 48 half. Chris with a 37. Not the way Paul wanted that to go after starting with 2 spares. Left the door open. I'm sorry, 58 half. What am I missing? Ah, there we go. Missing the spare in the first. There it is. 58 half. Andy back on the headpin, leaves a check mark left. Alex on the headpin a little bit light and leaves a very strange leave there. 7, 9, 10 in the back row. 5 and 3. Andy misses off right. Alex had the wood to help him, but it wasn't touching enough. Looking to get it. Both bowlers looking to get their 10s. Andy off to the right for a 7 box. Alex, tough piece of wood in front. See if it helps him or hurts him. Just takes out 1 for a 9 box. Andy looking to get back on the headpin as he was the first box and get a friendlier break, and off right for a half Worcester. Alex misses left, just takes out the triangle left. Back on the headpin for Andy Klempa, and he gets it to go. Slow fall there, but a great shot by Andy Klempa. Alex missed just right, trying to get a big 10 box here. As many pins as he can. And off to the left, but great pin action for a 9. Andy looking for a big fill ball. He's been all over that head pin. Just light on it. What a tough leave. Didn't know if that 9 was going to fall. Alex back on the head pin. 2 full. Spread eagle plus the 8 and 9. Andy has a cluster of wood there behind to work with. See if he can get something out of it. And he just touches the wood. Not enough to get these 4-7 to go. Alex way right. What a spray. Almost gets it to go. He's a 2-10. Andy drops it over for an 8. Alex goes for the shore 9 with the 10 pin and a 9 box there for him. He is up 7 on Chris through completed boxes here. Up against a 37 half. Looking to take a lead after he lost the first one by 27. He wants to gain back as much as possible here. Andy off right, but a friendly fall. Just leaves the 1, 2, 4, and Alex with a great ball there for his strike. Andy looking to run it down, and he is off left, just leaves the head pin. Andy waiting for the wood to stop moving. It's candlepin rule. So he's just going to park itself right behind the 1. Just enough out of play. And all over for a 10. To Mark Zuckerberg, we do not own the rights to the Patriots game if you hear that in the background. Not like anyone would claim ownership of that anyway. Andy, way off right. Just plucks 2. Alex first ball on his strike, trying to get back in there. Oh, almost the back door. He is off the 3 pin and just leaves the head pin. Andy back towards the middle, but it drifted off the head pin to hit the 3. Alex just off, but a good 9 fill on his strike. Andy way off, gets a couple for an 8 box. Alex misses the head pin for a 9. Great 55 there for Alex Patton. 48.5 for Andy Klempa. Andy still has an 18-pin lead. Paul has gained 10 back, and Alex has cut into the lead by 18 and is down to a 9-pin lead after a game and a half here. This is game 2 of 5 right now. Chris Salmons up on the right-hand side, trying to get back going. Stays on the 3 pin. Paul back on the head pin, a bit light, and that wood doesn't help at all. What a leave. I feel like I've said that a lot. 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. Chris misses the head pin. He says the 110 remaining. Man, Paul gets the wood to move, but not enough. No spin on it there. And Chris off to the left, leaves them both for an 8 box. Paul picks 1 and gets an 8 out of that horrendous leave he got. What a tremendous opening week of the ACST. We've seen some outstanding bowling, some outstanding commentary. Chris Salmons on the right. Off the other side, over adjustment, leaves the 4 horsemen right. Paul misses the head pin. He's on the 2. It's the 1, 3, 6, 9. Chris all over it for a great spare, and he needed it. Paul drops it right. Paul Atkinson trying to get his 10 and just misses a hair to the left for an 8 box. Chris looking a big fill here to put the pressure back onto Alex. And he drops it for never a good time for a 1 fill. Paul back on it. Leaves the 9, 10. Tough piece of wood, but you have to use it with how that split is. Chris comes back with a great ball. Leaves the 7, 8. Paul trying to clip the wood. Just can't get it in there. Field goal there. Chris looking to just choose a pin. The wood too tough there. And he gets his 9. Paul looking to do the same thing, but he finds the field goal again for an 8. Just as I'm getting messages that the game was already over. Patriots back in it with a touchdown. Pulling double duty here, calling the game. Chris looking to get back in the pocket, all over it, but nothing to show for it except the 5, 9, 10. Paul drops his left. Just broke up the lemon drop there. Did get the 8 to go with it, so no lemon drop for him. Chris looking to shoot it over. What a great bid there by Chris Salmons. Paul, a comeback ball just off the head pin, leaves the 4 horsemen for his 10. Chris looking to clean up, drops it in the channel for a 9. Paul, big out there, great 10 box. 92 through 9 for Paul, 74 through 9 for Chris. Can't count Paul out of anything. I believe he was in the finals a few years ago. So we know how capable he is. Chris, just off the head pin, leaves the 4 horsemen left. Paul drops it and just plucks 2 on the left side. Just plucked the 4-7 there. Chris looking to run it down and just skates by the head pin. Paul with a good comeback ball. None of the wood seems to be rolling on this side here. Chris finds the hole again for a tough 7 and a rough 81 game there after a tremendous 110 to start. Paul with a 10 box for a 102. Means Andy needs a 55 half to take game 2 of 5. Alex needs a 27 half to take his points. First ball just skates by onto the 2-pin. Would look like it was going to come back and help. It did not. Andy back in the pocket. He has just been a little bit light on that head pin, but stays consistently on it. That piece of wood might not carry the 8. Alex off to the right. Just 2 pins left, and ball carries it there. Buries that for his spare. Alex looking to get at least a 9 out of this. Just drifts away for an 8 box. We saw what Alex can do when he gets on the head pin earlier. Let's see if he can do it again. Stays off right, but a great break. Just leaves the 1-2. Andy off to the right. Leaves the 1-3-6 and a 7 fill on his spare. Alex looking to capitalize on the break he got and can't. Just drifts it right. Andy drifts his right as well and just leaves the head pin. Alex way left, over adjustment there for an 8 box. Andy can't clip the head pin on its way by, but a nice 9 there for him. 74 through 7. Needs 29 in his final 3 boxes to take his points for game 2. Alex just needs 11 in his final 3 to take his points for game 2, but would love to eat up some of that lead Chris grew in the first game. Good ball there, but not much to show for it. Andy a little full on the head pin, but is it going to break up the split? No, it is not. The 9 pin did not want to go. 6, 9, 10 on the right for Alex with a piece of wood that should help carry the 10. And it does. Great spare there from Alex. Andy looking to get his. Just plucks 1. Andy looking to clean up and gets a 9 out of it. Needs 20 in his last 2. Can't leave a pin to take his point. We can have a tie here, which will be a 1 point each. Alex looking for a big fill. Like I said, he has some work to do to gain on that first game lead, and he's all over it. Gets it to fall. Strike on spare. Andy just off left. 4 horsemen to the right, plus the 4-8. Just off. The wood makes a funny bounce, but doesn't want to go anywhere. Andy looking for a 10. Skates by, but does get a 9 out of it because of a piece of wood sitting there. Andy needs a spare to take the game, but can tie with just a 10 box. Alex looking to do to Chris what Chris did to him in the first. See if he can get back on the head pin. Oh, just tails off. It's going to come back and help. sitting friendly. Not sure if the 8-pin carries. He's going to have to be a little bit fine on there or just take the pins at this point. He's over right, and he takes 2 of them for a good 8 on his strike. Andy looking for the comeback ball. Gets on the head pin, but still a little full. And that pin does not want to fall. Alex looks to clean up his 10 and certainly does for a wonderful 119 game here in the second. Andy looking to clean up his, and at 9, and he loses by 1 pin here in game number 2. Paul Atkinson takes that one 102-101 in game number 2. Some tough breaks there for Andy, all over the head pin, but just a little full or a little light each one. Great bowling there overall, but it all comes down to pinning and candlepin. Both bowlers had 2 marks. Just came down to pinning it early. And that was the difference. The 7 box for Andy in the first was the difference maker there. Paul Atkinson takes game number 2. 2-2 split so far. Alex Patton takes game number 2. And he had increased it. He shifts the entire thing, and now has an 11-pin lead over Chris Salmons. On to game number 3. Paul Atkinson's first ball just off right. Leaves the 4 horsemen left plus the 10. Chris back in the pocket. Little full. He leaves the 2-4-7. 2-4-6-7, is that what it is? And Paul off left leaves the high-low jack. Piece of wood may come up and touch the head pin. Chris, little full there. Just plucks 1 out. Paul off to the left for a 7. Chris plucks 2 and a good 9 box there. As we saw with the Andy-Paul match, game 2, pinning can be everything, so it's smart to just take those pins and not try to do anything crazy. Paul off to the right, plucks the triangle right. Chris, he's on the 2-pin, leaves the 4 horsemen right, plus the 8-pin. Paul tries to get back on the head pin, but plucks just the 3. Chris on the 2-pin, leaves the 110. Paul makes the adjustment, but off a little, and just another tough 7 box there. And Chris misses his for an 8. Both bowlers want to get something going here. Paul trying to get back on the head pin. Off to the left, just plucks the 2. Chris off right, mirror images there. Paul can't get the adjustment he needs. Chris back in the pocket there and just leaves the 4-7. Paul off right, can't get the out, and just a 4 box there. Chris splits him in half, splits the difference, takes a 9. Paul a little closer onto the 3, but nothing to show for it. Chris off to the left, plucks the triangle. Would look like it was going to come help, but it does not. Paul just staying left and right of the head pin. Chris's second ball has been good, and it's there again, just a little bit full. And finally found it and just plucks 1 of those for a 7 box there for Paul Atkinson. 9 box there for Chris. Paul tough going early. Let's see if he can get something going to sit on. Tails off right. Chris back on the head pin again. Not much in the way of a break on a light head pin hit. Paul over adjusts way left. See if Chris can get something moving here for his spare. And he gets it moving, but does not want to carry the last two. Paul finds that hole again. A very, very tough 29.5 for Paul Atkinson. Very unlike him there. Rough going. 43.5 for Chris. He gets his 8 box. Very tough going there for Paul Atkinson. We know he's a better bowler than that. Just struggling to find that head pin, and when he does, he's not getting much to show for it. Andy's first ball, game 3. Way off right, but friendly break leaves the diamond plus the 7 pin. Alex Patton leads the 4 horseman right. Andy looking to get his spare. Gets what he wants, a little full. Leaves the 5-7. Alex just grazes the head pin. And Andy splits him up there for a 10. Alex just by the head pin for a 7 box. Andy looking to get back on the head pin with his first ball here. And he does, right in the pocket. Just leaves the 5-9. Alex off to the left. Leaves the 1-3-6. Piece of wood's going to help Andy there. Just has to get on the left side of that front pin. Looked like he might have just wanted to stay away from it. Just plucks 1. Alex back on the head pin for a spare. And Andy all over it for a 10. With Paul's rough first half here, Andy just has to pin his way to a lead early and see what happens half 2. Andy back on the head pin, the same lead, but this time it carries for just the 5 up there. Alex for the fill, back on it. Just leaves the 5. Clear shot at it here. Wood is touching. Good 9 fill there for him. Andy looking to get his spare. All over it. And Alex back-to-back spares. This bowler's in mid-season form already here. Mark after mark. Andy's fill ball trying to stay in the pocket. Just drops it there. Falls off to the 10. You heard that thing thud. Alex looking for his. Wants it to mix just a 2. Andy trying to get back. Over adjust, but just leaves the 1-3-6. Alex trying to spin it around and just leaves the diamond on the right side. Good bid there from Alex Patton. Andy looking to clean up the 10. All over it. Alex looking to do the same. Just off left for a 7 box. Alex Patton 10-pin lead early here in game number 3. Andy with a 16-pin lead is after a tough start from Paul Atkinson, up against a 4-box here in the 5th, so we can expand on his lead. Off left there, just the 4 horseman right. Alex back on the 2-pin, but matching leaves to Andy. 4 horsemen on the right. Andy in it. Looked like it was going to be good. Only takes half. Alex almost gets the wood to come back and take the head pin. Andy for the 10. All over it. Alex all over it for his. Could have continued typing. They do the same thing. So an early 12-pin game lead for Alex Patton, 23 in the match. A 22-pin game lead for Andy, 49 in the match. Paul did take game 2, but only by a pin, so did not cut into Andy's lead much. Chris coming back on the head pin, gets them all to go. Paul stays on the 3, a little friendlier lead than he's had earlier, but still a very tough leave. The 1, 2, 8, 9, 10. Gets on the head pin. A little bit full. And 9 there for Paul Atkinson. Grabs the wood that was touching just enough. Chris Salmons at a 53 through 6, now working on a strike. Looking to replicate it here, see if he can stay in the pocket, just off to the right. 4 horsemen left plus the 9. Paul back in the pocket where he should be, and a great leave to show for it with the 5-9. Chris takes 3 out of 5 for an 8 fill on his strike. Paul just a little full on that, doesn't get it to go. And a 9 there for Chris. Paul grabs his 10. You can see the frustration on Paul's face. It has not been the game he's wanted to have. Chris just off to the left again. Friendly break. Will it take the head pin? No, it will not. Leaves the 110. A wobbling 10. Plenty of wood there. Tough cap on the head pin that he has to avoid. Paul off left. Decent leave, though. 1-3-6-8. Chris hits the wood, which sends the ball around the 10. No luck there for him. Now some tough piece of wood, seeing if they fall in the channel. They do not. He's got to almost spin it in there to get that. And just taps it for a 10 box. And Paul skates by the head pin for an 8. 56 through 8 for Paul. Very tough there. 80 through 8 for Chris. Trying to make it so that Alex needs a mark in the back half here to take game number 3. And just like our bowling matches here, the Patriots are back in it. Chris back on the head pin, a little bit light. See if the wood will help him out. 5-7 left. Paul just off, but only leaves the 1-3 with the piece of wood sitting on both. Chris doesn't go. The ball almost comes back and takes it. Paul threw it away left. Chris looking to clean up the 10, just skates by it. Paul clips the head pin, but only for a 9. 9s for both bowlers there. Chris looking to put a mark on the end. Paul looking to just get himself going. Much better first half than the second. Half Worcester left for Chris. Paul back on the head pin. Looking to get them both to go. The 10 doesn't want to go, but his best ball he's thrown all of this game for sure. Chris looking to come back. Stays on the 3. He's the 1-4-10. Paul dumps it into the channel. Tale of two halves for Paul, as he just had a 29 first half. Good 10 there for him, 8 there for Chris. And a 75 game for Paul Atkinson. Andy looking to really do damage and put total out of reach early. He just needs 25 pins in this half to take the game. Alex needs 43. And he starts it by staying on the head pin and banana split, as Paul would say. Andy off left, takes out the triangle on the left-hand side. Chris has some friendly wood there. See if he can try and spin it from right to left. Gets up there, and what a shot there from Alex Patton. Andy trying to get back on, stays to the left. Andy looking for a big out ball and gets an 8 out of that. Again, an unfortunately rough game for Paul Atkinson. Makes it so Andy just needs 17 pins in his last 4. That spare for Alex really helps close that, matching Chris's strike. See what he can fill it with to really put the hurt on. He gets back in the pocket. Almost the same exact leave, just takes out the 10 pin this time, 7 pin this time. But again, friendly wood if he shoots this from right to left. Andy missed right, but the 4 horsemen on the left-hand side remain for him. And Alex goes to the left, takes out 1. We're going to see if he can get back to the other side to take out the rest. Andy off the head pin for just leaves the head pin remaining. Alex for a 10. Off to the right for an 8 box. Puts him at 80 through 7. Andy, 9 there for a 68 through 7. 8 pins in his final 3 to take game number 3. Alex needs 18 in his final 3 to take his. Up against a 10, a 9, and an 8. Alex back on the head pin. More in the pocket that time. Just the king remains. Andy off to the right. 4 horsemen left. Plus the 6, 8, 10. Alex just 1 to hit. And just skates by the 5. Andy drops his off and just plucks the 7 pin out. And Alex over adjusts and goes to the other side, but a good 9 box nonetheless. Andy finds the hole for a very tough 4. 72 through 8 for Andy, 89 through 8 for Alex Patton. Alex trying to stay on the head pin. He drops it off to the right, just plucks the 10. Andy stays on the 2. Leaves the 1, 6, 7, 8, and then throws the ball backwards. Alex gets back, looking to get back to the head pin here. And he does, and just leaves the triangle. Andy takes everything but the head pin. The wood almost came back and stole it for him. To no avail. Going to see if that wood will drop into the gutter. It does. So he's a clean head pin to shoot at. Alex, good 10 there. For a 99 through 9. And he gets his 10 for an 82 through 9. Andy has officially taken game 3 here. 4 points to 2 so far as Paul took game 2. Alex is officially taking game 3. 4 points to 2 lead over Chris Sammons, who took game 1. Alex and Chris are bowling for the D division. Andy and Paul for the C. Alex back on the head pin, and he's had that leave quite a few times. His ball does not want to break anything up on the far sides. Andy way over on the 10 pin. And that wood is gonna fall off, it looks like, for Alex, unless it rolls back. It is out and should not be a factor either way. He's gonna have to either take the pins or have a crazy shot. Let's see. Oh, just cherry picks one. Andy coming back to the head pin. A little light on it, but gets some friendly work. Just the 7-8 remains. Really had an opportunity to gain a bunch on total, put it out of reach, but didn't have the greatest half. Alex tries to shoot for the 10, but gates a 9. A good 108 game there for Alex Patton. Andy, 2 light on the wood, and just an 8 there for a 90 game. Does gain 15 more on Paul, but does keep it as something. 42 pin lead with 2 to go is not something that is definitely safe. See if we can get a quick look here so far. 308 so far for Andy, 266 for Paul, 310 for Alex, and a 288 for Chris. 2 games left here. Plenty of points remain. His total is never out of reach. Let's see if we can get going. Paul back to it there, but a tough split. Chris off left. 1, 3, 6, 8. Paul trying to shoot it over. Good bid there. Just the 7 pin to take his 10. Chris just skates it by the head pin. Didn't miss it by much. And Paul drops it in for a 9 box. Chris with a 9 as well. Paul back on the headpin, but full spread eagle plus the 9. Chris off to the left, but a friendly piece of wood helicoptering its way in. Keeps working, it's not done. Just the 1-2-5 remains. Paul looking to shoot it over. Good bid there, but nothing to show for it. He's had a rough go of it. Chris misses right. Just the 1-2 left. And Paul finds a hole for a 6 box. And an 8 for Chris. The way Andy and Alex are bowling, Andy did have a rough back half there, but the way he's bowled thus far, hitting the headpin, Paul needs to do something, so does Chris. 1, 3, 5, 10 left for Paul. 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 for Chris. Paul, Wood comes around, doesn't want to help him out. Chris misses off left. Paul for a 10. Just a 9 box there. And Chris misses left for a 7. Both bowlers at 24 through 3. Not the start they wanted to have here in game number 4. 2 boxes left to set themselves up for a big back half. Paul's first ball way off left. Stays on the lane but misses everything. Chris way off right, but he does snag the 10 pin. There's the ball Paul wanted to throw first, but still a tough split. 3, 6, 7. Chris back in the pocket himself, and he gets the split to break up, so a shot at a 10. 8 there for Paul. Chris. I see the ball comes back. A 9 there for Chris. See if I can pull some of these stats. So as Paul looks to get something going here in the 5th so we can build on it for the back half. Back in the pocket. See if the split will break up. And he finally gets one of those splits to break up for him. Just the 6-10 remains. Plenty of wood around that he can miss it a little. And, oh, not that much. Chris off to the left. Needs a huge out here. And Paul skates by for a 9. Chris looking to get a big out. And gets back in on the headpin, but just leaves the diamond for a 6 box. 39 half there for Chris, 41 for Paul. Andy, bad back half of the last game. Trying to get it going for the front half here. And just by the headpin, 4 horsemen left. We've seen that leave a lot tonight. Alex. The splits are plentiful so far. Andy looking to run this down. Overthrows it to the right. Alex looking to send something over. What a bid there from Alex. Andy, and stays on the 2 pin for a 7 box. Alex misses the single for a 9. Andy Klempa coming in as a 102.5 average, is at a 101.6 today through 3 games plus. First ball box 2, dropped it left for this, the 7. Alex on the 2, friendly break. 1, 3, 6 left. Andy trying to come back, stays on the left-hand side, but throws that splash ball. Alex coming in as a 95 this year, currently sitting at almost a 103 through 3 plus. Back on the head pin, just by it. Chris Salmon's coming in as a 95. Just under average so far today. Andy makes a bid at the 10, but those two don't want to go for an 8 box. And a big 10 there for Alex Patton. Paul Atkinson is coming in as a 102, so he is having a very off day for what he's done. Andy off to the left again. Alex off to the right. Andy tried to get back on the headpin, just skated to the right of it. Just the headpin remains. Alex off to the right as well. 4 horsemen. Andy for the 10, all over it. Alex looking to clean up, and he gets his 10. 25 through 3 for Andy, 29 through 3 for Alex. It's a 1-pin lead through 3 boxes for Andy Klumpa, and a 5-pin lead through 3 boxes for Alex Patton. Andy off to the left, just plucks 2. Alex, half Worcester on the left side. Andy with the comeback ball, over adjust to the right. Alex, what a bid, and gets it to go. Andy off his object, just a 7 box there. Andy is leaving the door open for Paul. Even though Paul has been struggling, Andy has not capitalized when he should. A big half here from Paul Atkinson turns everything around. Andy, 1-3-7 left. Alex on the fill ball, back in the pocket. A little bit light, but will the wood mix in? A 7 fill there for Alex Patton. Andy back on the headpin, gets it to go for his first spare of this game. Alex looking to get his. Plenty of wood to help him to stay on his object. Gets it for another one to sit on. Back-to-back spares in the 4th and 5th for Alex. Really puts the pressure on Chris to have a big back half. Alex continuing his great day here at Academy Lanes. Perfect. Thank you. Chris off to the right, just plucks out the 10. Paul in the pocket leaves the 7-8. See if the wood flattens out to help. It stays angled. He's going to have to hit it high to get them both to go. Chris over adjusts, just plucks the 7-pin. Paul gets it to stay on, but only takes out the 7. Chris looking for a big out. In the pocket for an 8 box. Paul off left for a 9. Chris looking to bring that ball here into box number 7 for him. And onto the 2-pin wood. Doesn't take anything else. Paul stays in the pocket. See if he can get... He can't get those splits to break up for him. 8-10 left, but a piece of wood to help. Chris off right, just the head pin remains. Paul with the shot, just takes out the 8. And Chris skates by for a 9 box. And a 9 box for Paul. 59 through 7 for Paul Atkinson, 56 through 7 for Chris Salmon. Off onto the 3-pin, just the 1-2-4. Paul trying to stay back in the pocket. He drifts a little bit that time. Chris can't find the head pin there. 1-2 left. drops it again. This is what he had in the first half last game. Don't want to see that replicate itself here. And a good 10 there from Chris. And a good out there for an 8 for Paul. Paul 67 through 8, Chris 66 through 8. Paul looks like he wants to get a couple marks to make it tough for Andy in the back half here. Chris back in the pocket. Will the 10 go? It will not. Had a clear path at it, but the wood rolled just in front of it. Very tough piece of wood. Almost have to be on the cap. And wow, directly on the cap, and then 10 still doesn't want to go. Paul back in the pocket. No luck there for his spare. Chris looking to clean up his 10. He does. Paul hoping the wood helps get his 10. Just a 9 bucks. How'd you do? Good. Chris and Paul both looking to mark here in the 10th, both 76 through 9. And a mixing ball there for Chris. Paul back in the pocket, leaves the diamond right. 1, 2, 3, 7 for Chris. Chris looking to get back in on the headpin. He hits the headpin and it comes back off the wall and takes it for a spare in the 10th. Paul just drops it off, but takes out half the diamond. And an 8 box there for Paul. Big fill here for Chris to try and put a little pressure on Alex, who's having an outstanding first half. 56 in a ball through 5 for Alex. Chris on the fill. 6 fill there to finish off with a 92 game. Alex needs 37 pins in 5 boxes plus a fill. Andy needs 43 in 5 boxes plus a fill. Alex up first to fill his spare in the 6th here. Gets back in the pocket and just leaves the diamond left for a 6 fill. Andy looking to fill his big. On the headpin, a little full 6 fill for him as well. Alex looking to cut that diamond up just a little bit to the left. Andy needs a big shot there. Doesn't get the wood to come all the way over. Good job, buddy. Good job. Both bowlers with a 9 there. $71 through 6 for Alex Patton, 57 through 6 for Andy. Alex just off. Will the headpin go? It will. Andy very full on his. Tough split there. Alex gets the wood to turn in perfectly too. Good shot to get his 3rd spare of the game. Right there, all over it for his 3rd spare. Andy needs something moving and finds the hole. Andy looking for a big out. Takes out half and 7 box there. Andy needs 21 in his last 3 boxes to take game 4. And a 6-2 point lead over Paul if he does. Alex's fill ball. Off to the left, but gets it mixing a little for a 4 fill. Looking to see if he can get back on the headpin for another. Clips the headpin. Doesn't want to go. Andy, 9 drop, looking to get his single. He does. Alex looking to clean up for a 10. Overthrows it for a 9 box there. But that sequence gives him this game. And a 6-2 points lead over Chris Salmons. Alex going to get back on the head pin. Off left. Andy's fill ball all over it. Can he get 10? 9 drop there. Great 9 fill. Looking to get himself another. Alex looking to get back on the head pin. Takes everything but the 10. Touch. Andy misses that one right. And Alex just skates by for a 9. 103 through 9 for Alex. Andy with a 9 himself. 92 through 9. Special guest joining me in the booth. See if he'll say hi. Say hi.
Hi.
That is Caleb Belisi, future bowler. A couple more years he'll be in the Kids League at Academy. Alex trying to get back in. Now Caleb wants to steal the mic. Half Worcester right for Alex. Andy, great bit of the strike there. Just leaves 2 pins and a piece of wood teetering between them. Doesn't look like it's going to play a factor. He's going to have to be all over it. Alex off left, plucks 1. Oh, Andy a little full on that pin. The ball almost came back and took it. No luck for him there. And Alex looking to get a big out here. Back on the head pin, just plucks a couple for a 5 box, but still a stellar 108 game there for Alex Patton.
Yeah.
Andy drops it in for a 9, waves it off. 101 there for Andy Klempa. Gives him a 409 through 4. .409 through 4 for Andy to a 350 through 4 for Paul. That gives him a 59 pin lead. A 418 for Alex to a 380 for Chris. A 38 pin lead going into the 5th and final game here today from Academy Lanes. Paul looking to salvage something here as he's had to struggle a couple. Both bowlers just off their head pin. Drink. Paul with a great bit in there it goes. Needs to get himself going early. Chris just off to the left. 100 pineapple. Chris looking to see if he can get a bunch for his mark, and he just drops it left. Let me get the scoreboard to the right one here for you. Paul's fill ball gets a good mix for a 6 fill. 4 horsemen on the left. Chris off to the right. Leaves the 1 plus the whole back row. 1, 7, 8, 9, 10. Paul just off the head pin. Takes 3 out of 4. Chris, friendly piece of wood, but will not take the 7. Nine there for Paul. Much better start than he's had thus far. And a 10 for Chris. Paul looking to get back to the head pin. And he will. Little full. 4, 5, 7 leave. Chris off to the right. Had the 4 horsemen plus the 9. 1 fell. 1, 4, 7, 9 with some wood to help. Paul no wood to help. She's going to try and cut it. And Chris with a great shot there for a spare. Paul, gets the bounce but does not take the pin. Another 9 box there. 34 through 3 for Paul. That spare is what Paul needed to get himself started. See if he can find another one in the first half here. Drops, just plucks the 7. Chris on the fill ball. Off to the left, but some friendly breaks. 1, 3, 6 remains, and a great 7 fill there. Paul back on the head pin, little full. He's a 2-2 split to shoot out for a 10. Chris just off. Wood doesn't want to help, so this leaves the head pin. Paul looking to cut it and just picks 1 for a 7 box. And a 9 there for Chris. Paul back in the pocket, but too full for a spread eagle there, and the frustration grows for Paul. Chris off to the right, just leaves the 4 horsemen left, plus the 8 pin. Paul just topples 1 over, a little light hit on it. Chris looking to get another spare if he can get back on the head pin, and just misses it left, leaves the 1-7, and Paul takes out 2 for a 7 box.
You want to bring my
And a 8 box there for Chris. Sit at a 51 for his first half. $48 half there for Paul, 51 for Chris. Andy looking to start it early and often. Right, looks like it was going to be a good pocket hit, just skated. Alex, half Worcester left. We did see him make this last game. See if he can do it again. Andy for a spare, again skates by. He's got that curving ball that just keeps tailing away. Alex back on the head pin, won't go this time, but a much better shot to get a 7 or 8 out of 8 or 9 out of this. Andy drops it way left for a 7. Alex gets 2 for a 9. Andy back in the pocket, looked full but gets the break. Just leaves the 4-7. Alex just off the head pin, 4 horsemen left, plus the 10.
Yeah. You would like to talk?
Andy misses way right. Alex looking to get his. Just got another hello here from my son. Say hi.
Hi.
Big 10 there from Andy. Alex, I'm going to see if that'll come back. Take the 10. It will not. 8 box there for Alex. Both bowlers at 17 through 2. Andy drops it way off right, just takes out the triangle. Alex off to the right again, 4 horsemen plus the 10. Andy looking to get back on the head pin here. Just tails off, leaves the 4 horsemen. Alex a little light on the left side, just the 1-2 remain. Andy looking to clean up for a 9 box. Alex misses right for another 8. Early 9-pin lead through completed boxes for Chris. 8-pin lead early for Paul through 3 boxes. Andy off right again. Lemon drop on the right side. $1 for Candlepins for Cancer. And that has to be the 4th or 5th time I've seen Alex get that half Worcester. See if he can shoot it. Andy on the 2 for the second ball. Gets a wood to just the 110 remains. Alex drops it left. Oh, did pluck 1, so did not have the field goal he thought he was going to get. Andy for 10. Just a 9 there. Alex looking for a big out, and he gets it for a 7. Andy 8 into that lead for Paul a little bit there, up against the 7, and another 7 here in the 5th. First ball back in the pocket, but very full for a spread eagle. Alex looking to stay off the 2-pin. He does. He gets back in the pocket, but not much better than the half Worcester. 3, 4, 5, 7, 10. Andy finds the hole. Alex with a great bid there. Just 2 remain. Andy looking for a big out here, and he gets it, so Paul does not lose anything on a 7 box there from Andy. Alex looking to grab a 10, gain 2 back against Chris. He'll take a 9. 41 half there for Alex. 51 for Chris, so a 10-pin deficit. Chris does still have quite a few pins to make up for the 4 points totals worth at the end. Through completed boxes, Alex is up 28, Andy's up 53. So Paul would have to have some incredible finish here to take total. He's just looking to salvage another 2 points. Chris off to the right to the 10. Paul, lemon drop for him on the left side. Chris for the comeback ball, back in the pocket. Splash ball. Tough split. Paul gets on the 3. Looking to take out the 7. Doesn't want to go. 1, 7, 9, 10 remain. Looking for a big out here. Chris bucks 1 for an 8 box. And Paul with a 9. Both bowlers at least looking to keep the pressure on their opponents, the home bowlers. Chris off to the right, 4 horsemen plus the 9. Paul off to the left. Chris over adjusts, leaves just the 1-9. Paul can't find the head pin. And an 8 box there for Chris, misses to the left.
The one's over here. That one's just a little bit.
Paul looking for a big out, gets on the head pin, and gets a 9 box out of it. Good out there by Paul Atkinson. Paul Atkinson, your B Division treasurer. Chris off to the right, plucks the triangle on the right side. And another lemon drop there for Paul Atkinson on the left. Chris looking to come back, over adjusts, leaves the 1, 3, 4, 7. Paul on the head pin, but again, a split to show for it. That's been his luck today. When he finds his spot, it's nothing but splits. Good out there by Chris for a 9. And a tough 7 there for Paul.
What?
Chris's first ball here in the 9th. Way off to the right. Again, hits that same triangle. Paul on the 3 pin. Breaks up the half Worcester, but similar leave. Chris with a good comeback ball. Looking to get his 10. Paul off to the left. And a good 10 box there from Chris. And a good 10 there from Paul. Paul 83 through 9 here. Chris 86 through 9. Both bowlers would benefit huge from a spare here in the 10th. Put the pressure on their opponents. Chris stays to the right on his first ball. Does not get the triangle. Leaves one of them there. Paul can't get anything to mix when he's off the head pin. Chris way right. Paul back to the head pin. Just leaves a 5-10. Chris looking for a big out. Force Alex to need a mark here in the second half. Just 1 for a 3 box. Paul with a 9. 89 there for Chris in the final game of 5. 92 from Paul, meaning Andy will need at least 1 mark to take the game. Alex will not. Alex can win with all nines and with all tens across the board. He will win by 2. He needs 49 pins to take game 5. Andy needs 51 to take game 5. Paul looking to salvage 4 points out of what he knows is a frustrating night here. Alex getting things to break up. Will the 7 go? It does. Just the 10 remains. Andy off left. 4 horsemen right plus the 7-8. Alex for a spare. Oh, and he drops it in the gutter for a 9 box. Andy off to the right, leaves the 1-7-10. And Andy finds a gap for a 7. Making it tough for himself, needs 44 through the final 4 boxes to take game 5. Alex still needs just 40. A mark would help Alex tremendously. Stays off to the right. That's the ball he wanted last to take that. Andy plucks out the triangle right. Alex second ball here. Back on the pocket. Just leaves out the triangle. Andy off to the right. Alex looking to get his 10. He does. Andy looking for a big out here. And he gets it. What a 10 there from Andy Klempa. Shout out to this year's ACST committee and treasurers. Danny Finn, president for life. Rich Lamoni in the A. Paul Atkinson in the B. Anthony Karen in the C. And Nate Lees in the D. Alex back on the head pin. See if he can get it to go. What a strike there from Alex Patton. Andy off to the right for a lemon drop. Andy needs to get something going here. He does need a mark to take this 5th game. Off of the head pin, leaves the 1-3. Andy off to the right, leaves the head pin for a 9. 25 pins needed for Andy Klempa through the final 2 boxes. Alex needs 20 in 2 boxes plus 2 balls on his fill. First ball of his fill for Alex. On the 3, takes out the right side. Andy off to the left. 1-3-7-10 with a piece of wood. May help take out the 10. Alex off to the right for a tough 4 fill on a strike. Andy back on the head pin, but does not carry the 7. It's always the tough one. Alex needs a big out to keep himself from needing a mark here in the 10th, and he does not get it. 4 box there. Andy for the 10, gets it. Both bowlers, both home bowlers here need to mark in the 10th to take their match. Both bowlers at 78 through 9. Andy needs a spare 5 or mark 5. Alex needs a mark 2. Both of them have locked up total. So just the final 2 points on the line. Great ball from Alex. Gets it to fall. 7-8 remains. Andy back in the pocket. And the banana split. 4-6-7-10. Friendly piece of wood, angled perfectly. He's going to have to get that thing moving. Alex hits the wood but doesn't go. Chris Sammons will take game 5. Andy right down the middle. The ball stays on. But Paul will take game 5 as well here. Alex for an 8 and an 86 game to end it. Still a great day at 504 for Alex Patton. Andy drops it in the gutter for a 6 and a tough 84. Andy takes total 493, 442. But it is a 10-4 split on both sides. Chris takes bookend games in the 1st and 5th. Paul takes the 2nd and 5th. 10-4 split for both bowlers. Home bowlers do come out on top. A quick look at the stats from today's matchup. Andy and Paul both coming in under average. Chris sits right around his average. Alex with a great performance today, over his average for the day. But 10-4 split. Andy Klempa 10-4 over Paul Atkinson. Alex Patton 10-4 over Chris Salmons. Appreciate you guys joining us here today, live from Academy Lanes, in this Class C and Class D matchup. We look forward to having a lot more going on Candlepin Corner. Chris Waterman, Mike Imperato, myself, Anthony Leonardi. Maybe Jordan Britton will make an appearance. Who knows? Catch all the action over on the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour Facebook page. Like and follow, and subscribe to their YouTube, as that's where a lot of the stuff will be going for future. Appreciate you all joining us on a Sunday night. Have a great night, and enjoy.